How do? Today's this day. You can see what time it is. What day it is. Looks like it's 10th, I'm not 100% certain. Right, I'm here with my Ford Focus again. I can turn the key on and it'll start straight away, no problems whatsoever. But it's coming to MOT and it's going to need a sill down there. I'm going to have to, not the sill, sorry, the wing. Non-structural part of the car needs welding. Also got some rust there that needs resolving, and probably the same on that wing on that side. But the engine, I'm going to tear the engine into pieces again because of the valve train that were wrong. So that's what my job is today. I'm going to start to disassemble this plastic engine, this wonderful plastic engine that we've been given, and this is how much room I've got to work in. So bear that in mind. So all that engine is going to be disassembled and it's going to go into the boot of the car. So that's where it's going to go. I'm going to start disassembling it all, and everything from that is going to go into the boot of the car. So unfortunately I was hoping it was going to be a nice sunny day today, but like I say, unfortunately it's not a nice sunny day. It is absolutely bucketing it down. Just reaching for my car keys, but I can't feel where I've put them. A bit hard to fanny around with a camera in your pocket all day long. There we go. Keys, so it's basically morning routine. But the preparation that I did yesterday, get all my tools out yesterday on my lockbox. Look at this. This is how much room I've got. Sitting my Chevy engine there. Oh, thing getting on fire. So actually hitting. Can you feel a neck on that? Top of the Chevy engine. That's how close it is. So all that engine is going to come out. I'm going to go into there. And not forgetting, I've got to do the same with that one. So that's what the engine looks like at the moment for that one, and I've still got to get loads of bolts for that. So that's looking lovely. I can't move it there because that's where my tools are. I can't move it there either because, you know what I mean. So I've got my sockets. I hope that needs in there. That's what time we're on. So let's have a quick rundown of what we've got to look at from the front of this squashed up car. I did these belts not so long back, so as you can see they're in good nick. But I'm going to need to jack it up, take the wheel off, take the little plastic thing off down there, just so I can get to crank. Then I'm going to have to crank it around in neutral until that pin lines up correctly, so I've got to put a bolt into thing. So I take the bolt out that's in there and I put the one in that I've manufactured out of other bits and bobs. So I had to make some custom tools, or you can go out and buy them if you want, but you can make them. In essence, it's a long bolt, so you have to reach behind here, take one bolt out, and it's a short bolt and it just stops oil coming out. And you put your other bolt in, and it's a long bolt, it screws in, and then you crank your engine around until it goes clonk and it hits that long bolt. You can take the things out or whatever, or just leave them in. Make sure you don't lose the bolts. Then you know it goes like top dead centre or something, and it locks into position. Then you've got to start taking all of this slot off, one after another. All this part is this plastic part and all the things, and you've got to take all the alternator off. Treat it like you're changing water pump, and you've got to take all the pipes off and all the HT leads off and all breather pipes, everything. It all just comes straight out and goes into a boot up car. I can do it over days and days and days. I don't have to rush because I can now use Rover. But I was hoping to have doors open, but because it's pissing it down with rain, it'll just let out raining, so I'm going to try and fanny around without it. So I've got to get the wheel off. Always remember, if you've never done it before, support you on axle stands, but take your wheel off and push your wheel back underneath the vehicle. So because it's in way, take the wheel off, lay it down, slide it under the car. And the reason you slide it under the car, in case it falls off at axle stands and squashes you. So you put your wheel under the car and it falls down and lands on wheel rather than on you. Gives you that little tiny bit of survival space. Saves it crushing your legs. So think of Lost. Think of Locke when he's in that thing and shutters go down. It's actually a car that comes crashing down on him. So there's your toolboxes. You know what I mean? So think about this as being that spaceship from Space 1999. This is the belly of the spacecraft from Space 1999. Ironically, it was actually delivered by a guy called Alan, who used to work at Modular, and it was a long, thin garage, and I made it a big, fat-ass, wide one by making additional panels. So I took two panels out at the side and inserted them into the back, so it's wider by 2 and shorter by 2. That made it much wider. And then the A-frames are cut in half and extended. Welded some more bits in and I nut and bolted them all the way up at top, just so that it extended it and made it a much wider garage. And it allows you to just get 2 cars in, but originally I designed it for 1, the inspection pit, but we ended up with 2. It was a free garage, but completely recycled, brand new roof. I had to buy a roof. We had to get a bank loan out for concrete, and me and wife had to scrimp and save to pay it all back off. This is our daily driver. The Rover out there is our classic daily driver, which is what we're going to be using from now on. So we've got a year on that, and this one's run out, but it's about to run out at the end of this month. So this will be sewn, and there'll be no insurance on it, no tax on it. That one's already sewn, no insurance, no tax on it, no MOT. It's exempt from car tax by the time it comes back on, and it's exempt from MOT when it comes back on. But it's not exempt from insurance. So in essence, I've got to disconnect the exhaust manifold. That's got to drop down. I've got to disconnect all this stuff. I've got to drain this water out. So hopefully, it's not water, it's expensive antifreeze. I've got to disconnect the battery. If you're doing this sort of work, try and keep your battery on a trickle charger, so that when you come to use it, make sure that your battery is fully charged up. But make sure it's not connected when you're working. So you can just disconnect it from the car with the thingamabob, and then just keep it trickle charging on its own separate from car, and then it will allow you to understand that you've got a good full charge battery when you come to use it, and all this other stuff just comes off. Monkey business is what they said before, but it is very, very monotonous, and unfortunately, because I ended up putting a bent valve inside it, when you're driving along you can hear it trying to destroy itself, and I don't like that. It's supposed to sound like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. It's supposed to sound very nice. So that's 8 minutes of my time onto that memory card.